Now that was pretty cool. We got an idea now where the reverbs are. Check this window out again. Make sure. Get a narrow view. I bring the snare a little bit down. Not doing the mix, just getting an idea here. Now before I do those vocals, I want to talk about this crossfade idea. It's important to deal with before we go any further. Is here in the piano track. I actually do something else too. I got this piano track here. I've got these two regions here together, and I'm taking up two different tracks, left and right. I really don't like that too much. So I go to here, make a new track real quick, and I make sure it's stereo, and I go right here. Bam, there it is. Now, got my hand, get my hand alone. Probably have my hand do this. And I'll normally take these two tracks, let me select them both actually, and take them and move them right up there. Now they're in the same region list. See that? They're in the same row. I don't want to have these two left and rights like that. I just imported that way from the original session, which is an older session I had. And I was trying to find out where it was at, so let me just do this right to make it much easier. And there you go. Got the piano. See, it's a piano track. It's already named there. And what I can do here is I'll go back and I'll say my regions list here, my tracks list, and I'll go, get rid of that and get rid of this. And then I go back here. They're gone. So see, give me a better view of my edit window, less track space taken up, and you can see it. Now, let me go to this idea about fades. Make this a little bit bigger. I want to see this. Okay, good. And we'll go back to the top, and I'll stretch it out somewhat, see what's going on here. Now here, for example, I will have to stretch a piece out to change it from what it was. I want to make it last a little bit longer and linger a little bit longer than what the original keyboard player did. So here I made it stretch longer. And you hear it almost turn there. Now, this is a cool edit I like to do too when I have an extra piano piece. I'll take a piece of this same piano and I'll put a piece in front of it. And then here I'll add some sort of fade to it. And this is the fade I added to it right there. So this is the fade I did, where I made a fade of the same piece and I put it on top of it. So what happened was I wanted to extend this piece, and by extending it, I wanted to make it last or linger a little bit longer compared to what it originally was. So I just took it, copied it, put a piece in front of it, and then cross-faded so it sounded longer. Then I made sure here, I go to the end here. So just grab that, and you can press Apple F. It brings up the fader. Gives me what this fade was. I can change this fade too. At any point in time, I can make the fade do this. See this? Like, it's a standard fade there. You have equal power. I can also go and make an S fade. So I want this and S right there. And this will just make it fade like this if I want to. And I can also go to equal gain. But I don't want that. I want to have equal power. I can press OK, and this fade just changed. So I can go here. I can also go, once you get a fade in, you can remove the fade. You can go back to here. We can go to fades, and I can delete this fade. And you'll see the two pieces I have here. See that? This is an extension of that piece, which I just overlapped on top of this piece, as you can see right there, and did that. I can go to here also. Let's remove this fade. We'll take it apart. Rather than adding it to this is cool, I'll take it apart and you can see what I did. And now, this is a piece of that part. I can take, let's grab it, let's get this back to my 3 tool thing. Come here and move it over. I can pull this out. And you see it's still there. I just extended it more. See that? This is the original file that was there. I just extended it more than what it was. And this one, see that? I can do that too and extend even more. put a fade back down and extend it. But I don't want that, so I can go back to here, undo, undo again, undo again, undo, undo, and I'm back to my original fade. And that's how I fade that part in. So that way I took a piece of the original part, I took up the front, I copied it on top of itself, and then I added a fade in, so it's sort of like extended a little bit more. I put a fade at the end. So the track ends up, this piece here is going further. So I chopped pieces up and made certain sections fit in properly to make this keyboard work and play what the player played. And that way I add some reverb to it too, I'll get this feel where it extends longer and it feels like it's there for a little bit longer in time. And that's how I use the crossfade in this particular keyboard.